What's going on, everybody? What's going on? It is Monday, October 7th, 2024, and we are back with another stream here on the Tony and Rain Reloaded channel. Yes, I know I am an hour late today. That is because I was out and about and had some errands to run and ran into some traffic. You know, that rush hour is no joke, and I'm literally just getting back in the house like about 10 minutes ago. And that's why we are an hour behind. But it's actually kind of a blessing because that stream that KG was doing had me locked into the whole time. So, you know, it kind of worked out in my favor a little bit. But we are now officially live. Hopefully, you know that this is few and far in between. You know, sometimes things are just out of your control. It just is what it is. But shout out to everybody that is here so far. Shout out to everybody that came through. I had to make sure to put in the chat that I'm pushing it back because, see, the thing is, I tried to reschedule it, or not reschedule it, but change the timing of it to say 7. That way the notification wouldn't have gone out until 6:30 instead of 5:30. But on my phone, it was hard for me to try to do it. And then I would have to have logged into StreamYard, and I don't like logging into StreamYard on my phone. So it is what it is. But shout out to everybody that is here so far. Shout out to everybody, all the mods, the replay gang, the members, everybody on Patreon, all of the people on X, Instagram, Discord, all of that good stuff. Make sure y'all join the Discord because I will be dropping a link in the Discord this evening for people to come up and discuss this topic with me and give their opinion. But let me just go ahead and run through everybody because, like I said, we are an hour late. We got Denise, Hackson, KT, DSM Sinister, Don P, Isaac George, Brotherman to you, Luncheese, Derry B, Hackson KT, Marion R, Cornell Sly, Stay Positive, I Am 6, Cosima Fury, Rubiensi Felicia, some chick named Star, Ricky Guillory, Weldon Johnson X. Cool. So shout out, and AW1, shout out to everybody that's in here. It's probably, I don't know how many people is going to pop in here because, again, y'all probably got the notification from the first one, and I know it may not, well, since I didn't go live, this would be the first official notification for it. But and Mike Mellis, John, Carey, shout out to each and every one of you, J007, Kiko 410. I'm glad that you are all here again. I will be dropping the StreamYard link in the Discord at the end if anybody would like to come up. It probably shouldn't even take me an hour to get through all of this. Maybe I should be able to get through this like within 30 minutes, and then I'll drop the link and let people come up and speak to this topic. So this will probably be the second time in a month that I'm addressing Gavin Newsom. The first time was last month when Black people, and rightfully so, was outraged when the Black constituents out there decided that they were going to run interference for Gavin Newsom when it comes to the signing of a reparations bill out there in the state of California. Well, Gavin Newsom has decided he's going to put his foot in his mouth yet again because he done something else, where he has now officially vetoed a bill to help Black families reclaim land for being impossible to implement. Yep, that is what's going on right now. This story actually came out about 2 weeks ago. It came out on the 26th, so it might have been last week. I'm not sure, but I think it came out about 2 weeks ago. So now, not only are the Black people out there not going to be able to get their reparations like they should, but now people who have farmland out there, they are vetoing it from them actually, well, he is from actually obtaining it. And I just want y'all to understand, y'all, this is the left wing of the buzzard. This is the left wing of the buzzard. But don't get it twisted. Both of them are the exact same. So let's go ahead and get through this. It says, California Governor Gavin Newsom vetoed a bill Wednesday that would have helped Black families reclaim or be compensated for property that was unjustly taken by the government. That is a story as tale as old as time that many Black families around the establishment understand and know, unfortunately, all too well. Do you realize how many Black people today would have generational wealth if the government did not take their farm land? Shoot, to even as of recently, aren't the Black Farmers Association, didn't they just get or win some kind of big major lawsuit to maintain their land or something like that? I know I talked about it a couple months ago. Even still in 2024, they're still fighting for it. But they want to tell us that this is equality, which goes back to the live that I was listening to earlier with KG and that buffoon Byron Donalds and the nonsense he was talking about. It says the bill would have created a process for families to file a claim with the state if they believe the government seized their property through eminent domain due to discriminatory motives and without providing fair compensation. The proposal by itself would not have been able to take full effect because lawmakers blocked another bill to create a reparations agency that would have reviewed the claim. So as you can see, remember what I keep telling y'all about domino effects? This is an example right here of a domino effect, because what they did a couple months ago when they blocked the reparations agency that we talked about a couple months back, that steamrolled into this. So if that would have passed back then, this, what I'm talking about right here, would not have even been a topic of discussion, at least in the tone that it's being put out in. That's why I always tell people about the domino effect. When one domino falls, they're going to continue to fall, and they affect over and over and over and over again. It's like a steamroll. So again, by them doing what they did a couple months ago, that's what leads us to the position that's going on right now. And I won't be surprised if this is just one of several dominoes that will fall. I thank the author for his commitment to redressing past racial injustices, Newsom said in a statement. However, which is basically the cousin to but, this bill tasks a non-existent state agency to carry out its various provisions and requirements, making it impossible to implement. Yet they can find a way to do all for other groups of people, even those who are here illegally. Go figure. The veto dealt a blow to a key part of a package of reparations bills the California Legislative Black Caucus backed this year in an effort to help the state atone for decades of policies that drove racial disparities for Black Americans. The caucus sent other proposals to Newsom's desk that would require the state to formally apologize for slavery and its lingering impacts, improve protections against hair discrimination for athletes, and combat the banning of books in state prisons. I want y'all to put a pin in this paragraph right here, because this is going to come up again in the next article that I read. Democratic State Senator Stephen Bradford introduced the eminent domain bill after Los Angeles area officials in 2022 returned a beachfront property to a Black couple a century after it was taken from their ancestors through eminent domain. Bradford said in a statement earlier this year that his proposal was part of a crucial framework of reparations and correcting a historic wrong. Bradford also introduced a bill this year to create an agency to help Black families research their family lineage and implement reparations programs that become law, and a measure to create a fund for reparations legislation. But Black caucus members blocked, keep this in mind, y'all, but Black caucus members blocked the reparations agency and fund bills from receiving a final vote in the assembly during the last week of the legislative session last month. The caucus cited concerns that the legislature would not have oversight over the agency's operations and declined to comment further on the reparations funds bill because it wasn't part of the caucus's reparations priority package. I'm curious, what was part of their so-called priority package? I bet you it was a bunch of crap in it. The move came after the Newsom administration pushed for the agency bill to be turned into legislation, allocating $6 million for California State University to study how to implement the Reparations Task Force recommendation, according to a document with proposed amendments shared by Bradford's office. Yet again, another study, because there's always room for a study, but there is never room for them to actually cut the check. How many studies are there going to be? I swear they're treating us like we're science projects or lab experiments. Newsom's office declined to comment to the Associated Press last month on the reparations agency and fund proposal, saying it doesn't typically weigh in publicly on pending legislation. The administration's Department of Finance said earlier this year it opposed the eminent domain bill because it was not specifically included in the budget. The agency said the cost to implement it was unknown, but could have ranged from hundreds of thousands of dollars to low millions of dollars annually, depending on the workload required to accept, review, and investigate applications. And I believe that is the entire article right there. Crap. What have I told y'all about these politicians? Now, remember what I said. Hold on, let me scroll back up. About keep this paragraph right here in mind. This one that I have highlighted. It's a reason why I said that, because this article right there is going to go into detail about that paragraph. Now, they don't want to do the reparations agency. He vetoed the bill for black families to reclaim stolen land. But guess what he can do? Something that's not going to take much effort on his part or anyone's part. And that is sign California apology for slavery and discrimination.
Listen. Fuck up. Get out.
Is exactly what he can do with him and that so-called apology. An apology, like I said, they will do anything that does not require them to do much. An apology. That there's no monetary gain there from no apology. An apology. Oh my God. Let's get into it. And by the way, this article from Politico came out the same day as the article that I just read to you. Gavin Newsom on Thursday signed an official apology for harms caused by slavery and hundreds of years of discrimination against Black Californians. He is quoted as saying, "Healing can only begin with an apology," said Assemblymember Reggie Jones Sawyer, who authored the apology bill. So look at that. Reggie Jones Sawyer. Now, this is a black man who authored this apology bill that Gavin Newsom signed. So now we know where the source of this so-called apology came from. And by the way, in case you wanted to know, that's him right there staying at the podium. That's him. He's the one that came up with this so-called apology. Let me continue. He says the state of California acknowledges its past actions and is taking this bold step to correct them, recognizing its role in hindering the pursuit of life, liberty, and happiness for Black individuals through racially motivated punitive laws. All these other groups get tangibles, and Black people in California get a damn apology. What's so special about this policy? Is it the letterhead? Is it the ink that it was typed in? Is it the ink that it was signed in? What is it? An apology. Newsom also approved a handful of other bills enacting policies developed by the state's reparations task force, which he helped create 4 years ago to address issues such as maternal health disparities. Other states, including Colorado, New York, and Massachusetts, have created reparations task forces or commissioned studies, and a number of states have issued apologies for slavery. Like I said, issuing an apology for slavery is nothing. Literally nothing. California task force members devoted months of research and public hearings to studying how centuries of racism affected descendants of enslaved people in the state. They issued a report last year detailing their findings. The Legislative Black Caucus used the hundreds of recommendations from that report to draft legislation, though lawmakers did not advance a proposal for cash reparations. Of course they didn't. Of course they didn't. Caucus members expect to spend years writing those proposals into law. The governor also approved legislation that will make public the list of books the State Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation has banned in prison and would further protect Californians from being discriminated against due to their hairstyle or texture. Black Caucus Chair Lori Wilson called the legislation Newsom approved a meaningful foundation to address the historic injustices faced by Black Californians. If you do not get these sellouts out of here.
Listen. Fuck up. Get out.
Damn. It's a bunch of bull.
They think that this is some kind of a victory. They see this as a win. It is not that. It is, as y'all say, a nothing burger. It's a nothing meal, is what it is. What a Black California is going to do with an apology? What are they going to do with an apology? What can you see an apology? Can you hold an apology? Can you spend an apology? Can you put an apology to use? No, you cannot. Like I said, they give the apology because that's easy. That's too easy to do. They don't that doesn't require anything to say I'm sorry. The governor signed the bills just weeks after he faced backlash from some reparation advocates for amendments they claim stalled two related pieces of legislation. The Black Caucus on the last night of the legislative session opted to block bills from the state Senator Stephen Bradford that would have created the Freedmen's Affairs Agency and a reparations fund, saying they needed additional work. Newsom's team has sought major amendments to the Freedmen's Affairs Agency bill, a set of proposed changes reviewed by Politico would have sent $6 million to California State University to study the implementation of task force findings instead of establishing the agency. Bradford rejected those changes. Newsom yesterday vetoed a bill from Bradford that would have created a process for Californians who had their land unjustly seized through eminent domain to see it returned or seek compensation. In his veto message, he cited the lack of state agency needed to implement the policy. All I'm going to say is this. If Gavin Newsom makes his presidential run in 2028, the Black people that are still there in California, y'all better remember this. Y'all bet not vote for this man. Y'all better not vote for this man. And that's why I keep telling y'all, both sides of the buzzer. This is the left side. Now I'm going to show y'all one last thing. This, which I'm showing you right here, is the chart or the list of the first in the nation reparations bill package signed by Governor Newsom. This is what he signed. And I'm sure you'll notice what's missing from this list. Number 1, AB 51, Early Child Care and Education, California State Preschool Program. AB 1815, Discrimination, Race Hairstyles, which is something was mentioned in those articles. AB 1984, Pupil Discipline, Transfer Reporting. AB 1986, State Prisons, Banned Books, which is what they mentioned in the last article. AB 3089, Chattel Slavery, Formal Apology, which they just did. SB 1089, Food and Prescription Access, Grocery and Pharmacy Closures. SB 1340, Discrimination. SB 1348, Designation of California Black Serving Institutions. AB 1929, Career Technical Education, Data Collection. And last but not least, AB 3131, Strong Workforce Program, Applicants Receiving Equity Multiplier Funding. This is what they consider a reparations bill package. I got to ask people in the chat, Based on anything that you see on this list, what would specifically benefit you right now? Just looking at what I just read to you, and you don't even have to live in the state of California, but if you do live in the state of California, I definitely want to hear from you. What on this list is going to benefit you now? Because apparently, according to the people in California, this is a reparations package. Now, I'm guaranteeing if you pulled up a true tangible package for any other group, some of this might be on there, but they're going to have one major thing in there, and that's funding. Nowhere on this list is it talking about funding. And when I say funding, I'm talking about tangibles and cut checks. This is no, this isn't it. This is not it. And they expect us to be okay with that. Exactly, DJ Cal 2002. You said that's a package for America in general. And it is. All of what is on this list can benefit anybody. This is not specific to us. And they think that we're supposed to be okay with that. Well, I'm not in California, so for the people in California, they think that they are supposed to be okay with that. Apparently, they don't know black people that well. If they think that's the case. An apology. Whatever this crap is on the screen. Like, look at that. Chattel slavery, formal apology. Are you kidding me? For those in the chat, I'm not those in the chat and in the Discord, and shout out to everybody that's on the Discord. I just posted the StreamYard link in the tab. If you would like to come up and air out your grievances about this crap, feel free to do so. The couch is like she brew copper. The couch is looking very comfortable. As a matter of fact, it is. It is. Can you believe that we are less than a month away from this ish show, like Miss Nisi likes to call it, because that's what it is? An apology. What's going on, Wallow J?
What's going on, Toria? What's up, everybody in the chat? They can take their apology and shove it up their ass. Excuse for my language, but that's exactly what he can do. That ain't gonna fix nothing. That ain't gonna pay no bills. That ain't gonna do nothing.
Exactly. You can do nothing. You can't do nothing with an apology. I mean, nothing. And they had to sign, and they signed it too. Like, that's why I was asking, is it on some kind of stationery? Is it a special letterhead? Did you sign it with a special magical pen?
It's a joke, because how do you sign an apology? It's like signing someone who was being physically and sexually abused an apology. That's the direct slap in the face to every black Californian out there, man. He just doing that because he can say, hey, at least I did something. That ain't shit, dude. You're not going to be you're not governor, excuse me. You're not going to be president, because why would we let a California, what's the word I'm looking for? California politician to be governor, to be president of the United States, when you look at that state and how messed up it is to stay in there and to live there and how expensive it is, nah, we good. You can stay right where you at, because that's why a lot of folks left California already, because it's too expensive. Once he moved in, everything went up. Everything went crazy. Yes, they got a good economy, but it's like costs a lot of money to stay there. Too much damn money. But I want my black Californians, man, y'all keep y'all head up, man, because that son of never mind. You know what? Let me keep my mouth shut. I'm gonna land my plane there, Torian. Be one.
Be one. Appreciate you, Waller, for coming up. Next up, we got Cosmo. What's going on?
Oh man, what's going on, Torian? You know, to add on to what I was saying in the last live stream with on KG, I'm so sick of these people playing in our face.
Mm-hmm.
I deal with people, I deal with politics like this every day. That's not even like politically. I mean, but just the dynamics between myself and the PC people I work with. I'm so over this. Your apology means nothing to me. A lot of you cowards. A lot of you don't have the testicular fortitude to basically do real work. An apology is baseless. I could say I'm sorry. I have Hispanic people who throw crap in my yard every day from over there, and every time I call them out, they say sorry. That
Mm-hmm.
word is useless. We need actions. And apology is nothing. And shame on the black politician who was shucking and jiving, thinking he accomplished something with this.
Mm-hmm.
Shame
Yeah,
on him.
he was the one that Reggie Jones Sawyer. He was the one that wrote it up, and Gavin Newsom signed. Notice Gavin Newsom was glad to sign that, but he was happy to also veto that bill for making it hard for black families to reclaim that stolen land.
Yep. And you know what's funny? If you keep trying to price this out, it's gonna backfire on you eventually. They this is what they keep doing, man. They keep
Mm-hmm.
trying to price this out. This gentrification thing only has but so many legs. Watch when it start affecting the poor PC people more than it is now, or the working
Right.
class ones who are very vocal.
Mm-hmm.
Watch when it right now they thinking, oh, it's out of sight, out of mind. It ain't bothering me. Okay, we'll see. We'll see.
Exactly.
But Newsom, like when somebody actually brought up something to me, like, yo, Kareem, why don't you think about reload California? The hell I am.
Sure.
The hell I will.
I would listen, like Wallow J just said, it's expensive out there. I remember I went to LA back in 2022 for my birthday, and let me tell you, that gas is enough to make you not want to move out there.
That highway.
Because that gas out that traffic is ridiculous. That LA traffic is ridiculous. If y'all heard any stories or rumors about how bad LA traffic is, believe the rumors, they're all true. The LA traffic is horrible, but the gas out there, at least at the time when I went out there, was like $6 a gallon. So
What?
when I had my rental, whenever my gas gauge got to half, I went to the Shell gas station that was right around the corner from the hotel I was staying at, because I'd be damned if I let that thing go below half because of how high the gas was out there. And I had to and because of where I was going, I probably was at that gas station probably once a day, and I was out there for a week,
Damn. Once a day?
at least once a day, because usually because I was staying in East Pasadena. I was actually over there. What's that part over there? It's a bunch of Asians that live over there. Oh, what's the name of that city?
Hmm.
Oh, you remember that incident that happened in California where that Asian guy had took out some Asian people out there a couple years ago?
Oh, the one that tries to.
Monterey Park. Monterey Park. That's where I was at. I was like over there near Monterey Park. And the people who I was going out there to see, they lived actually in LA, like West LA, I think. So it was it was like a good maybe 20-minute drive every day that I went from there to there. But
Oh,
I made sure to look at my Google Maps and saw that if that line was red, I was not driving nowhere. I waited till that strip turned green, which means it was clear. But yeah, LA traffic is ridiculous, and but yeah, the gas out there was $6 a gallon.
wow. See, Newsom good at fixing situations for the upper class people, but look what you see how you telling me this whole time Newsom could have did something about clearing up the homeless until the Olympics came. That's when it's
Mm,
beneficial.
of course. Oh, yeah. Oh, listen, they're gonna have that place nice and clean in 2028.
He started already. Now where are they going though? Where he put them at?
Good
Autumn.
question. And speaking of that, I remember when I was out there and we went past Skid Row. Oh, that was so depressing.
I bet.
That was so depressing to watch and look at. Like, and when people like, let me tell y'all something. Skid Row is not just that one road. Like that thing extends blocks. Like it's multiple blocks of Skid Row. Like looking at people with their kids literally living in what is a tent city. Like they literally out there living in tents, living out of trash bags, sleeping bags, grocery bags. It's and it's like downtown LA. So it's actually, as a matter of fact, what used to be the Staples Center is not far from Skid Row.
Damn.
It's out there. It's out there near. I'm sure you probably heard of Figueroa, but I call Figueroa now. Now Figueroa, that's a whole nother road. That's that's another type of place, if you get what I mean. But yeah, it's horrible.
And you know what? I bet. Pete, this might sound crazy to the chat, but if he's getting these people out of there and we don't know where they're going, I'm gonna tell you this now. Let's look at those organ donation lists and see if they start getting fulfilled. Sounds crazy? I know. But you know what? I'm gonna just let someone else come up right now. Thank you for having me up, man.
Yeah,
All
appreciate
right.
you. Yolanda said, "Are you telling me that a 4-minute drive takes about 20 minutes?" Well, from where I was driving from, it was longer than 4 minutes. But with that traffic, it would take you probably about an hour to get from where I was at to where I was going. Because, like I said, the traffic in LA is ridiculous, especially in the morning because that's during rush hour. As a matter of fact, when I got off the plane to go to my hotel, I ran smack into that rush hour traffic because it was still in the morning. So I left from here on the East Coast when it was like in the it was still, because I left relatively early. So I left here at like maybe 7 something in the morning, maybe around that time. And when I got to LA, it was like 9 something. So it was about 1 o'clock. No, about 12 o'clock here. But that I ran smack into that traffic. The first thing I saw when I got off that plane and got in that car was two things: an in and out and bumper to bumper traffic. And what should have taken me about a good 30 minutes to get to where I was going took about a little over an hour. And that's when I said, you know what? I'm not leaving this hotel until the rush hour is over. As a matter of fact, it was a Planet Fitness about 10 minutes down the road. I made sure to get up early every day to go to that Planet Fitness because I was scared I was going to run into that traffic. But that traffic is crazy. Miriam says there's no StreamYard link. We can only come. Yeah, you got to come through the Discord, because like I said, something happened a little while back when I had dropped the StreamYard link in the chat. Someone came up and said something kind of like a little too reckless, and I said, nah, I got to like keep it more on lock. I'll probably do it again in the future, but it's gonna be a while before I do it. But if you do want to come up and speak on the topic, you have to join the Discord and click the link that's in the StreamYard server. And it's another way for me to get the people in the Discord, because like I said, we have like our own little community going on in there. Anyone who's in the Discord knows that we be having some interesting discussions in there. But it's also another way, just in case you don't get the notification on here on YouTube, you'll get it there, because I have a bot that automatically posts the link as soon as I go live. It goes right smack dab into the Discord. But next up, we got Miss Nisi. What's going on?
Good evening, Torian. Whew. I tell you, first KG, and now you is kind of like a piggyback. I am sick of this hamster wheel, because that's what it is. But it's also PC, WS, your time is fast approaching. Like I said earlier, my opinion only. You don't have to agree. But the hurricane that hit last week, and another one is coming, most of the destruction happened in sundown towns.
Wash them towns away.
Exactly. No flood insurance. FEMA no money, but that's bullshit. All of this is the Biden Harris administration's fault. We can blame 45 for many things, but he been out of office almost 4 years. This ain't his F up, it's theirs. And they deliberately chose it.
Mm-hmm.
So as far as I'm concerned, every foundational Black American, our only choice, the couch, the chaise, a chair, recliner, what's that other one? It's not a bed, a day bed, um, float mattress, whatever.
A futon.
Futon, that's what I was thinking of. Thank you, Torian. But whatever it is, we need to keep our Black asses home.
Mm-hmm. As a matter of fact, it's funny you say that because I had got my mail-in ballot I think last week. I filled it out today, and you know what I did, Miss Nisi, into the chat when
What you do?
when I opened it up and I saw the names and all the stuff. Wherever there was a write-in spot, I made sure to take my beautiful black pen and circle write-in. And in the write-in line, on one line, I wrote hashtag cut the check. On another line, I said hashtag couch 2024. On another line, I said reparations. On another line, I said tangibles. On another line, I said unqualified immunity. On another line, I said anti-Black hate crime bill, sealed it up and sent it back.
Go ahead with your bad self.
That's exactly what I wrote. And I think I filled up every line. And I think it was only enough for maybe 6 or 7 lines.
Bless you. But like I said before, I am more interested about them exit polls. That's what the only thing I care about.
That's what I said. I'm curious. That's I said win or lose, no matter who wins or who loses, that's what I'm really, really want to see.
But you know what? Mainstream ain't gonna report it, but we'll know.
Right.
We will know.
Oh yeah, because we know who to go to.
Exactly. And they know it too. Both of them. They know. But that's all I got to say. As always, you be blessed.
Mm-hmm.
You be safe. And I'll see you on the next one.
Okay. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Shout out to Miss Nisi for coming up. And I told Miss Nisi she was going to be the last one, so no one come up after Miss Nisi. I like to let her be the last. She likes to be the last one, so I honor her wishes with that. But before we get out of here, I meant to say this at the beginning of the stream, but because we started late, I just wanted to jump right into it. 2 things. One, if you do live in Florida, please be safe down there because they said that Hurricane Milton is about to slam into Florida, I think on Wednesday, as either a category 4 or a category 5. So please be safe out there. If you are down there in Florida, do whatever you can because y'all seen what happened, what Helene did. So to have that as a follow-up is crazy. Number 2, RIP and condolences to the family of Cissy Houston. Cissy Houston, who was the mother of one of the greatest voices that ever picked up a microphone and delivered her talent to us on a silver platter. Whitney Houston, unfortunately, passed away at the age of 91. I don't know what the cause was, but I actually found out earlier today when I was in a chat, people started leaving RIPs in there, and I looked it up, and sure enough, it was confirmed that Cissy Houston did pass away. She also was a Grammy Award winner herself because she started off as a background singer. So definitely RIP to her. Again, condolences to the Houstons, and that's crazy because now you have 3 generations of Houston women that are now gone. First Whitney, then her daughter, Bobby Christina, and now Whitney's mother and Bobby Christina's grandmother. So that's three generations of Houston women that are unfortunately, have left this earth. But now they are all together with each other. With that being said, y'all, we're going to go ahead and bring this live to an end. Shout out to everybody that did come through. Shout out to everybody who hit that like button. Shout out to my bad. We next DSB for the 20. I'm sorry, I almost forgot your super chat because it came in late. He said, shout out to all the speakers and the host, no lies detected. I appreciate it. Shout out to you. Shout out to the replay gang. Shout out to the members, the mods, all of that good stuff. Tomorrow's video will be on Brett Favre and him announcing his Parkinson's diagnosis and how many people don't give a damn, and myself included. And also tomorrow's live, and we will be starting on time, is going to be on this new hit piece documentary, if you want to call it that they got out on Chris Brown. Probably just rehashing some stuff that we already know about, but it's like the question is, why are you bringing this up now? That's the biggest question that people want to know, is why are they bringing all of this stuff up now? So with that being said, y'all enjoy the rest of your evening. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Be safe and be one.